What does my recruiter inbox look like? Let's check it out. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter, and if you haven't yet seen this amazing channel, it's all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. So welcome to my office. I hope you're enjoying the space. So what this episode is about, and by the way, I will see you every Thursday at noon because you'll be addicted, but this one is taking into the real life of what does my recruiter inbox look like, what do the messages look like, and how do I respond, how do I engage, how do I get that resume and move people through the interview process, because that's the whole point, right? We place candidates with our companies, our clients, and we make all the money. So I'm gonna do some screen shares, really actually just screenshots of what the message is and how it responded, or vice versa, like how did I get that original message, so you can kind of check it out and we'll go from there. And of course I had to scrub some names, maybe a little pictures, maybe it looks a little funny, because I can't really tell you the recruiter code, if you are not a recruiter yet, is you never, ever, ever tell people who are looking, you do not divulge their secrets. Okay, so first up, I have a DevOps engineer. And all this person says is, hi, I'm looking for full-time positions in the Bay Area. Please let me know if you have any. So right there, there's no substance whatsoever. Nothing about what this person does, nothing about what they're looking for. It's just, what do you got? And a lot of recruiters struggle with this because they think, oh my gosh, where do I start? I want to ask so many questions. I want to get them on the phone. I want to schedule a time. How am I supposed to send them things? What if they don't like it? There's really too much thought in that whole thing. All you have to do is be the recruiter with the least resistance. So basically you want to make it super simple. If this person is sending that very broad email to me, or email I should say, they're sending it to every recruiter that has ever messaged them, and they're just gonna go with the easiest option. Because think about it like this. Are you gonna go to someone that makes you, do a lot of work? No, you want a job process, interviews, it's so time consuming, so stressful. You want to do what the easiest route is. So my message back is, great to hear from you. I do have several ideas, but it depends on what you're looking for. Will you be interested in smaller companies? Where in the Bay Area? I put a couple ideas below that on the surface would be a good tech fit. So, and then of course I pretty much always put about 2 to 3 options, and I make sure, since I do the Bay Area, I make sure to cover San Francisco and the South Bay. So whatever location you have, you can't just assume that's where they are. That's a very important thing. So I try to one here, one there. And then as far as what they do, I made it pretty obvious, look, this is just what I think you do. We're gonna have to dig a little deeper. So I still asked those questions, but I also gave this person what they were looking for. So the whole back and forth is you give a little, you get a little, you give a little, you get a little, and that's how you slowly develop a relationship. I think a lot of people wanna go from 0 to, oh my gosh, we're engaged, and it's just not how that works. So that was a great one, by the way, sent me the resume immediately. Next one, we have someone, again, that was a little bit vague. Just said, Brianna, thanks for reaching out. I do have some plan of hunting for new positions. Can you provide more info about the companies you mentioned? So he's referring to, I actually give a little 1-sentence pitch about the 2 companies. Again, I like to roll with 2 companies because I like to give them options, and I want to make sure that they're in different industries, because if I'm not grasping or grabbing someone, then they're just not going to get back. And it's not because they're not looking, it's just because what I sent them they're not interested in. So if you do something a little bit vague, a little more exciting, maybe what the funding is, who the founders are, anything you can, that helps them relate or get them excited is super good. So I said, hey, great to hear from you. By the way, it's always great to hear from you because it is great to hear from you. I think people forget that there needs to be some like niceties that go back and forth. We're human, it doesn't have to be all work. So great to hear from you. Below are a couple ideas I was thinking. Let me know if you're interested in speaking with them. I'd be happy to make the intro. Let me know if you have any questions and what do you prefer to code in. And then of course, the options. So here's what's something that's a little bit interesting. I said, first of all, let me know if you're interested in speaking with them. I always say, let me know if you have any questions. Again, that's very engaging. You want to make sure that you're starting that conversation. You're not just speaking at them, therefore vice versa, And then I did ask my question, of course. And also I wanted to make sure that this person knows I will be making the intro, and I'd be more than happy to. Sometimes when you get someone, again, who's very actively looking, you're just a number to them. You are just, the vessel that sends their resume. You're nobody at this point. So I wanted for this person to be sure, look, I will be introducing you if you're interested. Bada bing, bada boom, got the resume. I asked a few questions, we went back and forth, and he's interviewing, so good, perfect. Okay, next one actually excites me a little bit more. Reason being, this person reaches out to me and says, by the way, we have never spoken before. Let me just put that out there. Hey, Brianna, things are actually going all right, but I'm starting to look around for some new opportunities. Do you have any companies that might be a good fit? I've attached a copy of my resume. I live in Fremont, but I'm fine with working in San Francisco/Oakland as long as the company is near a BART station. I'm looking for something around 180,000. I can be available for phone screens around lunchtime, Monday through Thursdays. I currently have one on-site lined up for this Friday, but nothing else going on. Leaves the number, the email, and the resume. Holy moly, what else could I ask for? So here's the good and bads of this, and this is why I like it so much. First of all, this person, again, is probably sending this willy-nilly to everyone. And the reason why this person's doing it is because he's actively looking. And it's funny that he's like, oh yeah, things are at work are okay, but here's my full-on information, resume. It's ridiculous. It's like going out on a first date and the person saying, here's the key to my apartment. So that's extreme, and you need to handle the situation as quickly and as efficiently as possible and as friendly as possible. So you'll notice here, I didn't actually go back and forth at all on LinkedIn. I just called the person. I have the resume, gave me the phone number. There's no need to set up a phone call. Why? Time is of the essence. This person is actively interviewing. He's on sites. Now, what you'll realize as a recruiter, or maybe you already know because you're rocking it as a recruiter right now, is on-sites could lead offer within 24 hours the very next day. And companies now, because the unemployment level is so low, that it's hard to grab some good talent. There's a lot of competition. So they're making really good offers right off the bat, and they're making you decide within 24 hours to 1 week. It's getting really crazy out there, which is good for people like you and me, but no, it's hard. So you have to move. So just call the person, and even though this person gave me almost all the information I need to know, I want to make sure this person knows exactly who Brianna Techies is, what companies I have, and I want it, once I get off the phone, I am making sure that I can send them out to as many companies as I possibly can. And again, I develop a relationship, because that is what's going to get me to the finish line with this person, because obviously he's spoken to a lot of recruiters. And a lot of recruiters, what they probably did is they probably spammed his resume out everywhere. They were thinking, struck gold, I'm spamming this resume, all of my clients, I don't have to do any work. And that is not the case. Yes, I'm super excited that he did all that work for me and then I had the resume in 2 seconds, but that just means that there's so much more work for me to do behind the scenes. And that's what's gonna stand out as far as you as a recruiter to really get to that millionaire recruiter status, because that's gonna set you apart, and that is gonna be solid work. All right, now let me just do one last one, and this is just because I got really fun with the message, and this isn't really about what this person gave, it's more of what I gave and how little he gave back. And the reason's not to show you hey, I kind of failed here, but it's to show you look, I didn't give up, and here's what it takes sometimes, to really set myself apart and be that millionaire recruiter. So I looked at this person's profile, and he got super passionate and almost nerdy. So I wanted to let him know, like, look, I'm not a robot. I actually looked at your LinkedIn and I love it. I dig it. So I said, hey, love your story of getting into coding at such a young age. Passion really comes through. I saw you're pondering the change. Would love to help. If you want some ideas, either way, let's connect for now or in the future. All right. No response. So I said, that is unacceptable. I went out of my way to reach out to you. So I said, 2 days later, hey, great to connect with you. Are you open to some new ideas? His response, yes, I am. Thank you for going into it. So now I'm having to like pull. So I go, great. What types of companies interest you? You know, this particular situation, they just got acquired. So that's why my little spidey senses went off. So I said, is it because of the acquisition? Below are a couple ideas to check out. Let me know if you're interested. Happy to answer any questions. Would love to see your resume and hear what interests you. My email is brand@techies.com. And then of course I send some ideas. So I finally got him. It took me a couple times. But so again, I'm asking what interests this person. I'm making him aware that I know what happened with the current company and the acquisition and stuff. And so he knows that I'm in it. And again, any questions? And then I will also put in, I want to hear what interests you. Again, this is where a conversation and a relationship starts. And it gets really good. And so if you let them know, like, look, I'm interested in you. I've got plenty of ideas. And here they are below to make it easy, right? You want to be the easy recruiter. But tell me what interests you, and we'll start going. And so anyways, this person's interviewing, and it's awesome. But it doesn't always just happen with that one email. In fact, that's not the case. You have to send several. And you also have to be a little creative and think outside the box. So speaking of box, hope you enjoyed my inbox on Recruiter and Recruiter LinkedIn. And please share some of your stories. I know we have to kind of, like blurb some stuff out, names and all that good stuff, but I would love to see some of your messages, how you either conquered a situation, but pay it forward. Let's do it. Love the recruiting world and the industry itself. So watch me every Thursday at noon. Like, subscribe, add me on LinkedIn. And don't forget, money is the vessel that gets you to where you want to go and do the awesome things you want to do. Go live your life. See you next week.